Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Atlantic Bushcraft Adventures. Tonight, episode 308. And it's kind of a milestone in more ways than one here tonight. So on that note, yes, we are going to do the contest draws here tonight. We've had some people come in. We're going to do that live. But another big milestone that we've just hit is, Ben, we've been at this 6 years, man.
Yeah, 6.
6 full years we've been at this. We literally started, and this is the funny thing, March 19th, 2019. We're even on the same day this year. I don't know how, but we are. Or at least that's when Facebook said we started. Maybe I was a day late. I don't know. But anyway, according to Facebook, we're on the same date.
Yeah. No, that's pretty impressive. 6 years. Did you think this would have gone 6 years?
No, I thought we'd be lucky to get a year out of it, to be honest with you. And then after the first year, I'm like, all right, that wasn't so bad. And then the second year, we did the 100 episodes. I'm like, you know what? This is kind of fun. And then I kind of stopped thinking about it for a while. And then all of a sudden, surprise, we're at 6 years. And Danny's joined us in the comments, so people still show up from time to time. That's good.
You're not leaving us completely alone here.
Yeah, and I was going to say, like us or lump us, apparently we're here. And we have a ton of content out there. So, good, bad, or otherwise, it is what it is. It's been immortalized on the internet, because once it's on there, you can never get it off there. Somebody will find it in 50 years and think that we're absolute lunatics or something. But, I mean, we've had some pretty good times on this channel, you know what I mean? We had some great guests come in. We had some great topics. We've had some great discussions with the guests. Comments have always been good. People have reached out to us. I've been recognized from Atlantic Bushcraft Adventures. I'm wondering if Steve's going to show up here tonight. As he creeped around and checked me out at Art at Night, which is coming up again. And I think he's going to show up there. So if he does, I'm definitely sneaking down. And I'm going to try and surprise him. Seeing he's not on right now, I can say that and hopefully still squeak it by him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and we had some good trips. We've done multiple trips or events, and both, other, dare I say the word, social media influencers.
Well, that's the thing. We have mingled with a lot of folks. We have rubbed elbows with people that I dare say, well, it's not really much of a stretch, that are much more influential than we are. Is that the right word I'm looking for here?
Yeah, some people that may have a few more viewers than us.
The odd people. And I'm talking about people like, just to grab a few off the top. Well, one, Stephen Kesting. We just had him on here a couple weeks ago. Wrote a book, which is what we're drawing for here tonight. So once again, shameless shout out. I have the email open. If you still want a chance, you can get in the next couple minutes. I'll still take it. That's for a copy of Stephen Kesting's new book, Perseverance, Life and Death in the Subarctic, available on Amazon. We'll talk about that more later. But we've also talked to people like, not on the show, but we have talked to people like Mike Barton. God, I keep stumbling over his thing all the time. Since has lost kind of his YouTube stuff. I don't know where he stands on that, but I mean, he had a very big following. One of the first people I started watching on YouTube, along with people like Steve Young, Mitch Mitchell from down the U.S. there. He was on Alone, almost won it. He had to go back for his mother there. But we've talked to him. We've talked to Lone Wolf 902. He's got quite the following now, too. He kind of blew up. He came into it a little earlier than us, but we were kind of similar there for a little while. And then his videography is light years beyond. Well, that's a measurement of distance. But it's quite well beyond our skill level.
Yeah. And Paul Craven also was on Alone.
Wayne Call Craven, we still talk to him, or at least we still socialize with him. I guess we don't talk to him on a regular basis, but we still touch base. I've talked to him a couple times. He's scheduled, or slated, I should say, to actually come on the show later on this year. We're just trying to get some scheduling conflicts resolved there. He is, of course, has his own survival school that he's running out of New Brunswick in Canada here. He's also been on Alone. He runs his own YouTube channel. So he's a fairly active feller. We had the pleasure of meeting tons of people not only the fine folks that join us in the comments over here, but also just people out while we're traveling. We've gone to the Nova Scotia Bushcraft Gathering several times, met hundreds of other bushcrafters there, uh, met people just out and about, in all honesty.
Um, some of our listeners that were actually quite popular, Dave from Really Big Monkey.
Yeah, haven't heard from
Uh,
him in a little bit. He's been doing his own things, but he does show up from time to time.
yeah. Gary Lynch, Nova Scotia Yak Fisher, I think.
Yeah, that's Yak Fisher. I would have to look. Sorry, Gary, I can't remember the YouTube channel, but if you look for Nova Scotia Yak Fisher on YouTube, you will find him. That's how I
Yeah.
find him every time. Instead of going through my subscribed people or who are you subscribed to, I just run down it. Of
He's like
course,
us, maybe not super popular on YouTube, but I think definitely somebody who's underrated on the system. Like he is really good and extremely knowledgeable, and one of my favorite people we've met on here that share some of our passions. One of them. And there's a few others. If anyone thinks you should be on that list, you probably are.
oh, there is so many people, and I am just rhyming ones off the top of my head. Just mostly what I have available from the little edge of a window I got open here in my monitor. We got Danny, of course, from Red Sand Adventures. He's always floating around. And like I said, Steve as well. That's the Drifting Spore. He is up and coming and doing quite well on his YouTube stuff there. He's a super chill guy. I mean, the list goes on. Well, I mean, where did we start? We started talking to people like Lawrence Camo, Mark Young, Rob. At the time, there was a few other ones there. They're no longer there, so I'm going to reserve the names at this point. But you know who I'm talking about there, Ben. And I mean, that's where we started. Honestly, that was our home location, so to say. Was we kind of came at it, Nova Scotia Bushcraft. I know I still keep in touch with Lawrence there. I was just talking to him the other day. He still shares our stuff on the Nova Scotia Bushcraft page. Occasionally I'll post something over there. I don't like intruding on their stuff. You know what I mean? We never try to shove any of this down anyone's throat, so we don't want to stick our name where we're not wanted, and we don't want to cause ripples where we're not wanted. So I try to keep it to us and keep them separate, because that way we're not flooding their channel with our stuff and all that good stuff. But still, super good folks over there. Tons of people still shining up for Nova Scotia Bushcraft. And when I go over there with the Atlantic Bushcraft account and chatting, some of them will give us shout outs and stuff. So, I mean, it's quite impressive, the network that a couple of, dare I say, and I use the term loosely. You know what? No, I'm not going to use any derogatory terms. A couple of country boy Canadians. I think that's probably an okay term. Originally from the East Coast, one of us is now on the West Coast, but originally from the East Coast, the network that we have created, I think, is going to far outlast this podcast. I certainly hope this podcast goes for an extended period longer. Don't get me wrong. I'm not closing the chapter on this yet. But I mean, I think we've made connections that will far survive the podcast and most likely, hopefully anyway, far survive even us. Maybe travel down to our kids and their kids, and hopefully we've made connections for life, or at least that's the way I like to look at it. Maybe I'm being optimistic. What about you, Ben? What's your thoughts on all this, man? What does 6 years mean to you?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. I have definitely met some awesome people, some of my favorite people in the world. I have met through this means. You know, some of my best friends for sure. And it's given us an ability to share things with people, and I hope some people have learned some stuff from us. And some of it they may have learned like because we had good ideas, or other things they may have learned is that we have really bad ideas, and they learned don't do that. And we don't distinguish between which and which.
We just put it out there and let you folks figure it out.
But yeah, I mean, it's been a good time. It is a good time, and like you said, I figure it'll probably go for many more years, and I would not be surprised to see us hit the 10 or 12-year mark.
Shooting high. I like it. I like it. I certainly hope we go that long.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess until they kick us off, We're not going anywhere.
Well, I mean, they can kick us off one platform, but we're on all the platforms.
Yeah, I was going to say, hard time getting us done this time. Hope I didn't miss the celebration. We got our M Shoots joining us there. Another feller I should give a shout out to on his YouTube channel. Like I said, we've just met so many people. That's what I got out of the 6 years. I mean, I've had a ton of fun, absolutely. But it's the people and connections that I've made that really speak out to me. Like, I have learned a lot just doing this. You know what I mean? Like, when we started this, Ben, I was quite honest with you. I'm like, hey, Ben, I've never done a podcast before in my life. You want to do it with me? Okay. And, fools are born, and here we go.
And that was pretty well the conversation. Sure, I'll go. I'll try that.
That's exactly what it was. And I'm sure we've told the story before, but it is the 6-year anniversary. So I'm going to tell the story again. This all started out as I originally had a YouTube channel. It was called Budget Bushcraft. Does that sound right? I don't know. Anyway, it only had a couple episodes. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do this solo, nor do I really want to do the sit in front of the camera and just talk to the camera kind of deal. I'd much rather do something a little bit more interactive. So I think I threw a post out on Nova Scotia Bushcraft saying, hey, here's an idea. Is anybody interested? And only one fool ever wrote me back. So, of course, Ben writes back, yeah, sure, I'm game. And, man, we just kind of went from there. We realized that we had crossed at the first Nova Scotia Bushcraft gathering. Didn't really know each other at that point. We just kind of crossed paths, said hi, the pleasantries, stuff like that. There was the little thing running at the time, who had the youngest kid at the Bushcraft gathering, which you guys won by a couple months. But yeah, that's kind of how it ran out. And literally, it was just like, oh, yeah, I remember from the Nova Scotia Bushcraft gathering. I'm interested in it. And off we went. And here we are 6 years later.
And that's it, too. Like, I think we had met. We talked a couple of times. You had a hammock stuck up in the tree. I gave you some advice. I don't know if you paid attention at all.
I did, actually.
Mel was doing a grass, making string out of grass. And she mentioned, like, toilet paper was one of the mediums she was talking about. And I think me, you, and our wives had all spoken at various times through the weekend. But it was a good weekend. We weren't... instantly drawn to talk solely to each other or anything silly like that. But I remember leaving saying, they were a pretty cool couple. I could see becoming friends with them. And then I forgot about you, really. Like,
no, that's fair. Honestly, I think we had much the same. I was like, oh yeah, those were cool guys. And then just, it kind of faded into obscurity, which happens at things like this. You know what I mean? You meet some really cool people, and then stuff happens, and it gets forgotten about. And it's really cool that we rekindled that.
Yeah. And then it was probably a year or more ago after that we started this idea.
Well, yeah, I think we had the Bushcraft gathering, and maybe you could help me on this because I couldn't get the timeline started. I think we had it the year prior in like June, August, somewhere between June and August.
Yeah.
And then it might have been the next year, even a year after that. It might have been even longer than that.
Yeah, there's a time frame in between there where not much happened, and and then we, made the post. I think the rest is really history. There was a bit of development. Like, this did not start like it is now. We didn't have the fancy backgrounds. We started on Facebook.
Yep, I remember Facebook. Moved to YouTube. That we were a few episodes in too. We were like 50. I'm going to say, I don't know. I didn't look. I didn't do the research. I'm not going to lie, folks. But I think we were like 50 episodes in. So that's almost a year. We did this solely off Facebook, which was horribly complicated for a couple guys that did not have the best of technology backgrounds when it came to production. You know what? We're both kind of, I use the term loosey, techie, but in our own rights for different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we are mentioned as the tech guys in our family, but I mean, that is a very, very loose description.
Yeah. And we developed things. Like, we had problems, and then we would get together and we'd talk about it. So we, going to YouTube made sense at one point. And then there was, the hosting site, because we had to host it for the longest time. You invested a lot of time and energy and money into that.
Then I got smart.
Yeah. Then we came up. I mean, I think we both brainstormed some ideas, and we found the current system we're in now, which is a lot less maintenance for us. I think definitely cheaper. And we've been running that for probably 4 years now, 3 or
Oh
4.
gosh, we have been at YouTube for at least 4 years, if
Yeah.
not longer. I honestly don't know, man, but I do remember running the website. I completely forgot about it up until you just mentioned it. And I do remember, like, every time that we would do a show, I would be recording it as well as broadcasting it. And then as soon as we ended, I'd have to go back in, pull the audio out of the file, compress it, run it through an encoder, compress it again so it would be small enough that I could put it up on the website because they had a file limit size. And
Yeah.
then I'd have to upload it. I'd have to code it into a digital stream or into a digital player so that you could go to the website and push play, because otherwise if you pushed on it, it was just a download file. I hated that. I absolutely hated that.
Yeah. We even had a couple of I don't know if you call them advertisements. We've never made a profit on this channel. No, not even close.
God, if you looked at what we've spent versus what we took in, well, I can tell you now what we took in is probably less than $100 straight across all 6 years. And I can guarantee you I can add a zero onto that number for what I've put out at some point. And that's not even counting what you have. And that's like not taking into gas money for our trips, supplies for some of the videos we've done, the camera equipment and nonsense that I've started picking up because of this. And I say nonsense, but I love it all, don't get me wrong. Like, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 video cameras sitting above me, the drone sitting behind me. I've now got 3 webcams because of this. I got like a full studio boom mic in here. Like, this is all crap I never would have had otherwise.
Yeah.
But I love it. I absolutely love doing this, and all of this stuff, I wouldn't change it for the world.
We made logos. We've sold some shirts. We've definitely given out a lot of logos. And
Somewhere back there. There we go. I still got some decals. I've been giving them out from time to time. I think the last ones I gave out were for Steve, maybe. Were the last ones I gave you, Steve? That was just last year, wasn't it? Let's see. RM Shoots. I've been a fan since the episode time of your waterfall motorcycle trip. I found the podcast on Spotify and listened from episode 1. So, funny enough, here's the thing, RM. That episode did not originally appear on Spotify. It came probably at least a year after we started the podcast and we learned that we could upload to those kind of sources. Because literally, man, starting off, we didn't know. I didn't know. Ben didn't know. We just ran. That's how I thought they worked. I thought you just ran them from your own website. So I figured out how to do that. I know I had to put the RSS feed, which came several months later. That's when we got into Anchor, which that service isn't even available anymore. It has since been bought out by Spotify, and now the beauty of this whole system, though I still do it a little old-fashioned, I don't really need to, YouTube converts this automatically into a podcast and puts it onto YouTube Music, and by proxy, that repropagates it out to all our stuff anyway. However, I still go through, download, re-encode, and re-upload to Spotify because I like our quality a little better than what YouTube does. Sorry, YouTube, not to throw you under the bus, man, but I do a better job. I think.
they should hire you.
No, I think they just don't want to dedicate the time. Like, they're doing things in massive batches. I don't mind setting aside 30 minutes and doing it. You know what I mean? It's once a week now at 30 minutes versus doing the show, re-encode, like ripping the audio. That's already done through YouTube. I can literally, once this video uploads, I just go into our thing, go to download, and it spits the audio out for me, and I'm good to go. And then I can take that because it is high quality audio at that point. But it's not the same quality audio as what they put up on their podcast for some reason. I noticed some subtle popping and pinging and things like that I'm just not a fan of. So I re-encode it and try and get rid of most of that nonsense, and then I re-upload it to Spotify, and they repropagate it out. So if anybody out there is listening to this on YouTube Music, not saying anything bad about YouTube Music, other than you're probably not getting as high a quality as you would if you found it over on Spotify or anywhere that Spotify propagates to. Not saying don't listen to us on YouTube. Just saying, you might have a little better audio experience somewhere else. Tooting my own horn.
Yeah. And, yeah, I mean, that that motorcycle trip, that was a great one. I'd love to do another motorcycle trip with you.
Oh, absolutely. I'm thinking we should meet somewhere in the middle and then just find a spot to go camping. Wherever we end up, okay, we're going that way. Find some woods and start walking.
Where's that? Winnipeg?
I was going to say, must be... it's 18 hours to Mississauga, 20... Yeah, somewhere in there. I guess it depends how fast you come over. Like, I got a little bit more windy roads. It's a little more straighter from BC to Ontario. But I think we'd still meet up somewhere between Manitoba, Saskatchewan. Somewhere in there, I think.
The trip through BC would probably be the roughest. It's pretty hilly.
I was going to say, you would have the hardest trek starting off. Mine's not hard. It's just a little longer because it winds weird. Well, you know, you made the trip. But it's all good driving. It's all flat.
Ish.
Ish. But anyway, yeah, kind of still amazing. Still surprises me. 6 years. When that came up, I don't know when I threw it at you. Like, what, a week ago? Maybe days ago? Time means nothing to me anymore. But anyway, I was like, no, can't be 6 years. And then I went back, and sure enough, YouTube verified it, because I remember when I uploaded to YouTube, I backdated all the episodes so the dates would match up. Which is hilarious. If you look at our channel, it says it was made after we released our first episode. But anyway, so, I suppose...
I was going to throw one thing. Is your favorite story still the deep fried turkey?
It's still my favorite experience in the woods. I like the story of almost drowning in your underquilt. Because that one's just funny. You know what I mean? Because you can picture it. You can picture the panic. You can picture the, holy crap, we got to get help. You can picture me falling on my face and then the sudden realization of, I'm just a dumbass. You know what I mean? The turkey was just delicious. I mean, that you definitely have to experience to appreciate is the turkey. But I think the story of falling out of the hammock is probably one that people can vicariously experience just in the telling of it.
Yeah.
And I do regularly tell that story.
This one wasn't necessarily part of the podcast, but I think back to it a lot. The time I sunk the kayak in Keji.
I remember when you came back, told me about that.
Yeah.
Had to go for a little swim, but you got your stuff back for the most part.
Yeah, I lost one collapsible water bottle. That was it.
Which, in the big scope of things, is pretty good considering what you could have lost. And I'm not just talking about losing yourself, which was a very real possibility, but the other gear you had on there as well.
Yeah. My wife was very worried about my axe. I know that. Yes!
I mean, the axe meant a lot. It was a good axe. Husbands come and go, man, but axes, they're special.
Once in a lifetime thing, a good axe.
I hope Missy is just sitting out there listening, laughing at that, because I know Melissa probably will when she watches it, because she'll be nodding her head. But, let's see, the Drifting Spore, I put them on the new blue canoe last spring. Oh, those are the decals, yes, I think that was the last, for some reason I think I gave a set away after that, but I can't remember who it was. I know I'm almost out of decals. We're going to have to talk and get that figured out.
I'll talk to the manufacturer.
If you would, I'll put an order in for a couple more. I do hand them out quite a bit. I know we were selling them at one point. I'm not going to lie. I started handing them out as shameless advertisement at one point. And trading them off for other things, of all things. But, no. Yeah, I can't remember. Anywho, I digressed. We are at 23 minutes. I guess it's about time we get to what everybody is here and waiting for. Or at least I assume everybody's here and waiting for from the numbers that we have viewers there. We're up around 7 viewers, 8 viewers sometimes popping in. So I know we have 3 sitting over here. And at least 2, I'm pretty sure all 3, have actually signed up for the contest. So they're probably sitting around waiting. So we have this wonderful thing. And by wonderful, I mean I found it on the internet. It's called the Wheel of Names. Which, click on it, it's going to pick a name. You know what I mean? So we have 11 contestants here. These 11 folks, they applied to the giveaway. And once again, if you're new here and you're just tuning in to see what's going on, let me jump to another browser here. We are giving away 2 copies Perseverance, Life and Death in the Subarctic. This was written by Stephen Kesting. We had him on this podcast 2 weeks ago. If you're not sure who he is or what he does, jump back there and check it out. Or you can literally check out his biography here just by clicking on it. It's got a little blurb about him here. But honestly, the short and sweet of it, he is a down-to-earth dude that's just another Canadian boy. That's the easiest way I can describe him. You know what I mean? Laid back, super friendly, knowledgeable. He's got experience in martial arts, in firefighting, in bushcrafting. Like he's got quite the repertoire going for him. So cool guy, good book. It's actually funny enough. I don't know if it's on here yet. I just wrote the right there. Nope. I did write a review for him. I don't know where it went, but I think I described it as an enjoyable, vicarious adventure. Which, reading it, you really can live the adventure through his telling off. It's like, you can experience it in a way. He doesn't cut out the bad and highlight the good, and he doesn't highlight the bad and cut out the good. He gives you a good capture of his experience.
So you didn't use your favorite review of our program?
It's better than Poison Ivy. That wasn't mine. Somebody wrote that about us, but I still love it, so I can't coin it. And if somebody out there is listening and wrote that, man, girl, whoever you are, love it. Do not stop saying stuff like that. That is amazing. But okay, getting back to the Wheel of Names. So we have 11 people. We've I didn't put any last names on there, just initials in case multiple people signed in with the same name, because last names are nobody's business but their own. Once we do our draw here, the idea is we are going to get you to write in. You're going to have to give us your address, because the idea is we're going to purchase these through Amazon and have them sent directly to your address. And I think we've said in past episodes, and if not, we'll drop it now. There's a good chance that... Yeah, I think it's still under the amount. There's a good chance the book you'll receive will be signed by Stephen Kesting, as well as there will be a little note from Stephen Kesting in it as well. So, I'm just going to jump back real quick. Make sure there's nobody in the comments saying, hey, I'm just trying to send in. Nope. All right. So, without further ado, are you ready for this, Ben? You can't see the live image. You just see me, don't you?
Yes, actually, just you. It's going to be surprising to me as you read it out.
All right. So here we go. We're going to spin the first one. And the first name, and I love how this gives... you'll have to go back and watch it. This is actually pretty cool. We have... Kerm T. And that is a local feller. He is here in New Glasgow. I think I have the email he sent in here. Just give me a sec. I love going camping since I was a kid. I just recently looked at maybe taking it a bit further and trying some outdoor skills like foraging or fire making. So Kerm, if you're listening, we'll give you a week to reach out to us. Write us back in, say, hey, yeah, heard my name. And I mean, if you're comfortable, send your address right away and we'll get that mailed out to you. If in a week we do not hear back from you, and I'm going to email you at the same time. If we don't hear back from you within a week, we are going to redraw. Probably won't do it on the episode because nobody wants to see that a second time. But if we don't hear from you, well, we'll do another draw. We'll reach out to the next individual. So after Kerm, we have the next one coming up. So the Wheel of Names, here we go.
The Wheel of Names. Sounds ominous.
Jacob D, which is one of our followers from the comments. So Jacob writes in, let me see, I have his right here. I'm going to read the whole email. It does have a little bit about us, as well as his first experience. So, hey guys, thanks for the podcast. I've been an avid camper most of my life, but new to bushcrafting within the past few years. I would consider everything I've done so far more as camping than bushcraft. Well, first and foremost, Jacob, it's all outdoor activity, buddy. If it gets you out in the woods, it's amazing. Let's see. Last year, I took a course with local like-minded people and learned how to do a bow drill fire. This required collecting all the materials from the local woods, learning the different species of trees in our area that would best be suited for starting a fire. We crafted a bow drill set using a knife, axe, and saw. We did have paracord provided as well, which honestly, man, it's the best way to start. If you're trying to do like spruce root and you don't have the basics down, you are going to get incredibly frustrated with it. Anyway, the conditions were not ideal, but after several hours and attempts, I was able to produce an ember and create a fire. This was the goal I wanted to achieve, and it felt great to accomplish. It made me appreciate something as simple as a lighter, and I will not take that for granted. And you know what, Jacob? You made an awesome comment there, my friend. It does make you appreciate that lighter, in all honesty. Like, don't get me wrong. I love the whole process of making a bow drill, but you know what's easier? Flick the bick, especially if you're losing dexterity and you just want to get warm or something like that. Always have a lighter available to you. It's a great backup, even if you want to go in and do everything with friction fire, because Ben and I can attest to this. We went camping out back of a lake, and we were going to do a video on fire making, and it didn't happen.
We did do a video. We just did not publish it.
The fire didn't happen. Let's go with that. And we tried everything. We were at it. I was at it for over an hour. You were at it for over an hour. It was an adventure. We got smoke. I think once we even had a tiny ember, but the humidity was just a little too high.
Yeah, we couldn't breathe it to life, really.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You will find that happens. So Jacob joined us in the comments. Thanks, guys. Love listening every week when I can. And thank you, Jacob. I mean, frankly, yeah, Ben and I are going to do this regardless. We're out here. We're just living our lives, having fun. But honestly, it really means a lot when you folks reach out to us in the comments just to say, hey, how's it going? It lets us know that we're not just talking to ourselves, which at the end of the day, we probably still would. But it's so much more fun to interact with you folks. Like, I mean, we have our regulars, which is pretty much who's over here now. We got Danny, we got Steve, we got Jacob, we got RM, we got Pace Driver. These are all names that we see continuously popping up here. And thank you, folks. Like, it means a lot. I know we don't offer a whole lot in return, other than our banter and whatnot. But it means a ton for you guys to come in and just say, hey, even to comment and say that you like stuff, even if you hate stuff. It all means good things to us, because we know not everybody's going to like everything. Heck, we've had people be mad at us about some of the stuff we've done for different reasons. And it's all constructive, is what I like to say. You know what I mean? We take it for what it's worth. We try to do better next time. And we really do appreciate the feedback that we get from you folks. And we really love the feedback and the participation that we have from you folks out there in the comments. I'm not going to lie, secretly, I was hoping that the two that were won would both come from the comments. But, I mean, I have my preferences, but we still have to do this fair and honest.
For sure. Yeah. So, congratulations, both of you. Yeah, we'll figure everything else out offline. Yeah. You want to wrap it up here?
Yeah, I guess we're at the 33-minute range. Okay, we talked way more about the anniversary than I thought we were going to. So once again, congratulations to Kerm, congratulations to Jacob. They are the winners of Stephen Kesting's new book. That is Perseverance, Survival in the Subarctic. Life and Death in the Subarctic. If you want to check out his book, it is available on Amazon. Cost right now, I think, sitting around $40. $38.95 with delivery. Comes pretty quick. I believe he said, and it was offline, we didn't include it in the episode, but I think now that ours is done, was it the first 1,000 books that are getting shipped out of there have the signature and and a message. I shouldn't say personalized, but each message is unique. Once again, we were talking to Stephen after we had his interview there, and he said it took him a week straight signing and writing notes for these books.
I think he said he kind of regretted doing it after he committed to it.
Yeah, I can't remember if he said he regretted it after doing it or halfway through he regretted it and didn't mind it afterwards. But anyway, it was an undertaking. Like, I couldn't imagine writing a personalized note. Well, not personalized. Once again, a unique note is the word I'm looking for. A unique note on 1,000 different books. He said he was having hand cramps. He said he should have hired somebody. Like, I can just picture how that went down. But in any case, once again, congratulations to you two folks, if I can get the words out of my mouth. Be sure to email us with your address The second we get them, we'll get these sent directly to you. So you have up to a week. I know you're sitting in the comments there, Jacob, so hopefully it doesn't take you a week, buddy. Just reach out to us. Send us your address. We'll buy it, ship it straight to you. Kerm, I don't know if you're listening. If you're not, I will get in touch with, I'll send you an email, I guess. And if you do not come back within a week, we'll have to do another draw. But otherwise, hope you folks get your books. And hope you enjoy them. Honestly, both of you. If you, I know you're still listening, Jacob, or at least I hope you're still listening. Once you get a chance to read them, let us know what you thought of them. In all honesty, I'd be curious to see what other people are thinking about this book, because frankly, I really enjoyed it. And I know we've been pitching it hard. Don't get me wrong, that's what we do. But I'd be curious to see what other opinions are. The reviews often are pretty good on Amazon. There's been 15 reviews of it there, and it seems very positive. So I'm hoping everybody else will enjoy too. And we got Troy joining us there in the comments too, saying congratulations to both you folks for winning. And I've talked a lot here tonight. I'm sorry, Ben. I kind of walked over you. I'm just realizing that now. But okay. Any final thoughts there, Ben? You can sign us off tonight. How about that, buddy?
No, not a lot. I mean, it's been an amazing 6 years. I've really enjoyed it. Congratulations to our two winners. I'm looking forward to continuing it for a while. And as always, get out there, have fun, enjoy yourself. I'm looking forward. It's been too long since I've gotten out to really enjoy it, so I'm looking forward to my next trip. And I'm sure you'll hear about it here in the upcoming weeks.
Awesome.
Night all.
Night, everybody. We'll see you next.